Hey, you're listening to the Gallatin Underground. We're Haley's Return, and we're really good.
I was standing on the mountain with you. Me the one, I never thought I'd fit these shoes. But the moment you stood with a smile on your face and the wind gently blew through your hair was the moment I seen the scars in your eyes and the thorns coursing through your soft skin. Whoa, where do I begin? Whoa, your tears are the color of sin. I can hear your voice boiling from within, and the fire's burning, ready to melt skin. I'm the one you've chosen, but I won't let you in, 'cause the devil's always searching for another friend. Time will never end. It's like a needle in the haystack, but you'll never find the pin. Whoa, time will never end when the devil's always searching for another friend. I can still see your face in my mind when the orange alabaster is still drifting through time. When Donovan sunshine brightens the sky for Lucy to shine on. When the station was playing while the blue shadow walking in time marches on. Whoa, couldn't ask for a better friend. Whoa, the years that still remain. Later on, as the night went on, when the lies rolled to rain down from above, Satan stood standing with a smile on his face, while the ghost man demon played raunchy purple strings. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about that song and the name of it again for our listeners?
That was Color of Sin. It's kind of about me and Jared.
Jared Phoenix
Yeah, Jared Phoenix.
from Missoula.
That's the one.
Well, he moved to Kalispell.
Yep, sure did.
Is he still in Shot Stereo?
Oh, yeah. Is he in
Yep,
Shot Stereo still?
Yep, still in Shot Stereo. Yep.
Shout outs to Shot Stereo.
Yep.
We love our brothers.
So who are you guys?
You got Chris and Feather from Goners UK here because Aaron and Vince don't want to interview themselves.
Yeah, that would be really awkward.
It would be kind of strange.
I'd be like, so Vince,
That'll be
we're
like
in the
an
same
auto
band.
band
I think it'd be
biography.
more interesting if you guys just like asked yourselves questions, it would be more like introspective, I think.
But I already know these guys. It would just be forced.
So my name's Vincent Palafox, and normally Aaron and I run the Gallatin Underground show. Aaron?
Oh, yeah, I'm Aaron Redfire. Normally I run the Gallatin Underground show with Vince. but here I am playing in this band.
Because, we don't want to do our own interview. That's pretty lame. So thank you, Feather and Chris, for doing
Volunteering
this
and
interview
coming
with
down
us.
and helping us out.
Absolutely.
We'll turn the show over to you.
So introductions, we met Vince and Aaron, and we got Bailey on drums, right?
Yeah, that's me. I don't really get to be in this band too often, but every now and then I stop by and we play some music.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you guys want to talk about religion or politics? No, I'm just kidding. Let's gear. Gear, I think, is where this usually goes right here, right?
Sure, yeah. Well, I'm playing out of Carvin V3. It's super sweet, tube amp and whatnot, and I just plug it into a PA speaker because I think it sounds better that way. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I've got a Squire P bass here. It was a birthday present. And, I honestly don't think of myself as much as a bassist, so I don't know shit about bass guitar. I think this is just a 4-string guitar to me.
Right on.
And then I think I'm playing through that PV over there. Yeah.
yeah. It's a Mark 6, and
I just there's something about PVs where I just can't avoid playing through them.
For real.
can't avoid it. I love them. I
They're
love them.
good. Yeah.
That's what my guitar is too. It's a PV EXP limited.
Nice. How much do you guys want to hear about drums? Because I could talk about gear for about 20 minutes.
I don't know. Maybe the condensed version.
I guess I'll just say all the symbols except for my stack are Sabian. Most of it's HHX line. Got a couple AAX hi-hats and HH Rock Ride. Then I've got PDP for the kick and toms. It's an X7, but I took out a lot of the stuff. And then just a Tama SLP big black snare drum for the snare. And yeah, just assorted kind of cheap mics.
What about the custom paint job it looks like you had?
Oh, yeah, I wrapped them up with some auto vinyl. So
That's awesome.
I just, I was getting kind of sick of this blue sparkle that I had, and I just wanted pink drums. So I was like, hell yeah.
Nice.
We didn't really know if it was actually gonna work or stick on there, but so far it's held up pretty good. And
Yeah, it's
looks
been on
rad.
for
Yeah.
over a year at this point, and it's still there. So
Yeah, that's great.
Works.
You okay? Tell us about Haley's return. Where's the name come from?
So I guess maybe I'll take it back a step and kind of say where the band came from. So my buddies that were in the Malt Liquor Shits invited us to play invited me to play a show with them in Great Falls, and I hadn't really been in a band for a long time and pretty much just doing solo shit, and was like, fuck it, whatever, yeah, sure, I'll go play. And I'm like, what am I gonna fucking play super sad acoustic songs at a punk rock show? I mean, come on, what the fuck?
I've done it.
Well, I mean, I've also done it, but this is how I was feeling at the moment. And so I'm like, all right, well, I've played with a couple drummers this last 6 months. Maybe I'll just ask one of them if they want to play. And, mind you, it was only 2 weeks from the show. So I call up my one buddy and I'm like, hey, you want to play drums for me? And he's like, yeah, that sounds cool. Sure, when? And I'm like, in 2 weeks. He's like, oh, no, that's not nearly enough time. We can't do that. And I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Well, so I call out my second buddy and same story, and I'm like, fuck, all right. Well, I played with Bailey one time before that, and it was horrible. I played on this little tiny solid state practice amp, and no monitor, vocals, PA system, nothing. I'm just screaming lyrics. And so, she really had no idea whether I was good or bad. I felt like we were just fucking making a lot of loud noise. And so I call her up and I'm like, hey, you want to play drums with this show that I got going in 2 weeks? And she's like, yeah, okay. And so we did it. And after we did that, we came back down and Craigslisted, for some bass players, and Aaron popped up there, and we came over. She blew us away with the first song we sent her as a demo of what we're trying to go for, and yeah, here she's been ever since. It's fucking rad. But to your question, we were all standing out on the front porch just looking at the sky and watching the stars and shit, and we were talking about band names and how, stupid it is to have to think about band names. And I was like, I don't know, why don't we just be like Haley's Return or something? And that's what it was.
Haley being the
awesome.
comment. Now it's
very
Bailey's return.
fitting now because we only play every couple months.
Right, which is the pun on our last show is help Bailey return to Kansas.
Nice.
Yeah.
When was your first show with the full lineup with Aaron?
Oh God!
Oh.
Like,
That
okay,
was
so like after they like had me come
Kalispell,
in,
huh?
Yeah.
we went to Kalispell.
It was for
played
Rebel
Old School
Fest.
Records.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was our
Um,
second show, and it was a shit show. And they kind of
was only-
didn't realize that we were bringing a full band, but I don't know, through lack of promotion, communication, or something. But it wasn't a big deal. I get there and I'm like, dude, we can't fucking play upstairs for the acoustic set. We're a full band, you got like the imprint of the drum kit for where we're all supposed to stand. So that they were kind of upset. And we were kind of upset because we just drove 6 hours, and so they
like,
finally
play at, like,
accommodated us to
midnight.
play after the last band, and it kind of sucked for us because everybody rolled out, but all our friends stayed, and it was still pretty rad.
Sometimes
Dabs.
those are the best shows.
Yeah, this dude actually got in a fight and got himself punched in the face 4 times during one of our songs. It was pretty cool.
I mean, I'd only been in that band for a week and a half before we had to play that fucking show. I was still looking at the fucking chords and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I still
Yeah,
sheet
we had
and the
music
guy
and
came
stuff.
up and he knocked over the fucking stand while I was like, oh
It's
no.
you guys don't need that shit. And then
I was
this
like,
other guy
I
that
do.
was help promoting just runs up and just start blasting him in the face while we're playing. I'm like, this is rad.
This is punk rock.
Yeah.
I mean, because it was totally uncalled for, but it was still really cool to watch. Your friends stand up and just beat the shit out of somebody for you like that.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Now,
For sure.
how long had you been a band when we got the opportunity to play together? And that was at the VFW in Missoula, because I remember helping
Yeah.
Bailey unload drums.
I think that was probably
Yes, man.
maybe our 4th show or something
Probably.
like that.
I think-
so.
Okay.
Maybe 3 months.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nice.
Something
Yeah,
like
because
that.
it
That
was
one
a
was a
rough
good
start.
show.
We mostly drank a lot in the beginning.
Well, your Piss and Vinegar Pixies covers that night to fill it out were pretty awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Now, what got you guys into music in the first place? And second part of the question, who in town or what band inspired you to want to get into a band to play with? So basically, what got you into music, and locally, what made you want to be a part of the music scene here?
I think for me, I've just always wanted to play music. I remember people would I think my grandparents got me this little plastic drum from Little Tykes or something like that. But I just I mean, I'm sure my parents hated me for it, but I just would smack on that thing all the time. I had drumsticks always. I played piano and guitar for a long time, and I don't know, it's just always kind of just been natural to play. So I don't know, just pretty much everyone I listen to has gotten me onto a stage. It's just I just feel inspired that other people are making cool shit, and I want to be able to support them, and at the same time just go play my own shit,
Right on.
Yeah.
For me, when I moved to Bozeman in 2009, I found one person to jam with, but we never actually really became a band until a year later. So I've just been in and out of bands since then. It was kind of a slow period in between. But by the time I joined Haley's Return, I was in 3 or 4 bands, and I was just trying to do as many fucking things as possible because I just want to throw a lot of lures out and see if I could catch something.
Oh yeah.
When I caught Haley's Return, and then through Haley's Return, I met a shit ton of people in the music community here, and it's fucking been really rad. And then after that, I joined Cannabis, and this band and Cannabis are my favorite things to do. In
This
Bozeman.
band is a lot
Awesome.
of fun.
Yeah.
I guess for myself, I've always played music as well. I mean, don't know what the first instrument I played was, but I remember my grandma was having a piano, and you know, I'd go over to her house and I'd play stuff on the piano, and you know, trumpet and band, and started playing guitar when I was like 15. I still suck. I mean, it's like you're never gonna be as good as you want to. You're never gonna.
You're never finished getting.
You're never finished learning. I
We're
guess.
guitar players. We always have delusions of grandeur, you know, when it comes to
Yeah.
what we do, really, and it's like, you know, it's all pick slides and palm mutes, really. I mean,
At least we're all as good as we think we are.
World's
Right.
luckiest guitar player.
I mean, I think that's probably one of the things I love about this band the most is I don't have to give a fuck. We just play music, and if we fuck up, we fuck up. We just keep going and blast through it, and you know, hopefully not do it next time. But we don't get bent about it, or we just fucking like, oh yeah, that was a shitty performance, but it was still fun as shit.
Yeah, you just gotta bring your energy no matter like how
Yeah.
bad it's going. Like
I think
whether it's,
energy is a
like-
huge part to our band. I you know, aside from like the music and everything else, it's fun, and I mean, I'd like to think that, you know, the lyrics are kind of cool, but in reality, it's just fucking about having fun and a good time.
Yeah, I think we bring the same energy to a audience of 3 people, as
Yeah,
well as
for
we
sure.
bring the energy to like an audience of a much bigger number.
Yeah, like 4.
Yeah, like 4.
Something I really love about you guys, seeing you each time and having watched you guys practice here at the house. You guys play like you're in the garage and you're playing to the audience that's already in your head. So you guys really don't, or you guys are not affected by the actual crowd itself unless the energy's received. You guys just give it your all each time. You guys look like you're always having fun, and you guys just don't give a fuck.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's Haley
Yeah.
return for sure.
That's why it's always an enjoyment to see.
that's what it's about, though, right?
Just drink
Oh,
some
absolutely.
beers and have a good time. Make
yeah.
it fun.
Well then, why don't you guys go ahead and play us 2 songs back to back? Then give them a taste.
Ooh. All right.
Back to back.
You ready for that, or
Let's-
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, sure. We're gonna play. Let's do Bloom into Chase the Sun.
Word. All right.
I was sitting on the corner waiting for a Greyhound bus when the morning wasn't sure what day it was. Looking for the meaning of life when love, knowing I wouldn't find until my life was done. I know I cannot see what's real. I know I need to learn to feel. So let me come get close to you. Why can't I wait to see you? Funny how time passes when you're having fun. Simple truth, burning in the daylight. So many reasons on a train and run. So many seasons fading one by one. But time and come, take your place. Did you ever wonder who you feel? Dead space, take your time again and walk the race. Did you ever think you'd get first place? Watching people die, one by one, knowing that my time will surely come. There's a number to toe. One mind to burning fire, wanna see heaven, sky, the light so bright. I see your face, is it fear or shame? Why feel this place like a reckless love? Foolish embrace, a simple soul lost when time ends. I was sitting on the corner waiting for a Greyhound bus when the morning wasn't sure what day it was. Looking for the meaning of life and love, knowing I wouldn't fight till my life was done. What real? What cannot say what's real? I know what they do, to feel. So let me go get close to you. What cannot wait to say you? across the land like a cowboy's gun, waiting for your moment, it will come. Take a bit of this, watch the colors run. It has begun. Try not to. Take a chance, don't wait for me. We'll fall into the seven seas. I cannot wait till we get to the moon. Dabble downhill, hold your hand, drifting through the timeless, timeless sand. This burning touch with who has it?
All right, if you guys had to describe your sound, what would you say it was?
Like
Like weird punk metal rock
grunge, punk,
kind of.
I'm sensing some grunge there. you
crust
know.
punk.
Oh, yeah.
No, just kidding.
Yeah, I've got a huge grunge influence. I don't know. I really love it.
Yeah, I feel I'm more of a metal and stupid progressive stuff kind of person myself, so I think that kind of bleeds into it a little bit. But
If you guys had to pinpoint like one band or one person that made you decide you wanted to play music, who would it be?
Ooh, he's going for the follow-up that none of us answered.
for guitar, I would say it's probably Eddie Van Halen.
Oh,
Like,
definitely for you. yeah.
Eruption fucking changed me as like a child. But for drums, I'd say probably like Neil Peart, Danny Carey, Mike Portnoy, and like Matt Garska is like a really big influence, and like just some of those guys.
Is it true that Danny Carey's an alien?
I've heard an octopus and an alien, so I mean,
Yeah, for the octopus too.
it's pretty up in the air. I mean, he's definitely like something else though. Like,
Did you know octopi have 3 hearts?
whack?
Nah, I did not.
So what if they have a heart attack? They're fine like 2 times.
Yeah, they get like
Yeah.
3 tries.
3 tries for art. What was yours? Aaron?
For guitar and bass, I guess I'd both say Tool's like my biggest influence though.
Hell
Kind
yeah.
of copying Bailey on there.
That's fine. Tool's good.
It was
Yeah.
fucking awesome. I wish I could be as cool as them, but
Same.
Adam Jones
you know,
is amazing.
another thing, like
Yeah,
you know, my
Dad.
grandpa kind of really pushed me towards like doing music, so I don't know. Mostly, I just want to do it, so I'm not trying to emulate anybody.
I feel I want to make my own. So.
I mean, I guess for me, probably my biggest influence is like I don't know, music hero or whatever would probably have to be Frank Black. It's,
Weird.
Around the Pixies.
I mean, yeah, and a lot of his solo stuff. You know, I just love the songwriting style and the chord progressions. I love.
Oh, yeah.
I love all of it. I mean, of course, Nirvana and the Vaselines and the Meat Puppets are all huge parts of my life as well. But, I mean, I don't know. If I had to just narrow it down to one, it'd have to be Frank Black.
I'd
Well,
agree with that.
Definitely comes across in your playing and singing.
Yeah.
Cool thing about Frank Black is whether it's the Pixies, him solo, him with the Catholics, him with the album he did with Teenage Fan Club is Frank Black and the Teenagers. It all sounds like Frank Black.
Yeah, it's rad. I just know that I don't know. I don't like picking favorites or anything like that, and I don't like narrowing it down to one choice. But I know it's true for me that's probably one of the biggest influences.
Right on. Right on. It's fitting you say meat puppets because all three of you are weird as fuck
I take that as a
in great
compliment.
ways. And the meat puppets are weird as fuck.
In great ways.
Yeah.
I lost my beer.
You
Same.
lost your
It's
beer.
all right here, bud.
Oh shit, yeah.
Okay, I actually don't have a beer. Who would give me a beer? Oh, Bailey's got me
You
covered.
can have another one of these gross beers.
These Hefeweizens.
They're
We
not
do
yummy
not support
though.
sobriety.
It's not like a cakey beer. It's like a weird bitter like
Just kidding. You
bun.
need help, please.
It's like sourdough in a can.
I'm reaching out for this beer.
You can do it, Vince.
Right now, Vince is just like,
You gotta work for that beer.
they're doing like the Sistine Chapel thing.
I didn't know you guys were crabcore.
Okay, that's my yoga workout for the week.
Everybody put your claws
What's
in there.
what's like the craziest shit that has ever happened like at one of your shows?
Oh, Vince had like
They all showed up on time.
didn't like someone punch
That's not
Vince
true.
in the face while we were playing or something like
No,
that?
I just got a bloody nose, but
Oh, okay.
it wouldn't stop bleeding, and
That-
like the whole show is bleeding out the face. So I just shoved a rag up there and went with it.
Did you get hit in the face?
No,
No.
I mean not that time anyway. No,
We
I think maybe after.
was that the
No.
same show? That was the house party.
yeah, that's the same show.
Yeah, the house party was probably my favorite show we've done.
Oh,
That was
well,
fun.
I mean, you weren't there. You missed out. We actually had Logan fill in for
Oh, nice.
the fundraiser house party.
Hell yeah.
And that was probly one of my favorite
Yeah, I
shows
bet that was
because
sick.
the cops came and shut us down not once but twice. And so the first time, like, they came in. Well, the first time they actually left us alone, which I was surprised because it was like in a sixplex condo unit, and there was
Huh.
like. I'm like, there's no way this is going to last more than an hour. But we made it to the third
Yeah,
band,
for
which was
sure.
us. And Aaron and I were in two different bands at the same time, 10 Paces and Haley's Return. And neither of our drummers could make it. And so we started off with 10 Paces, and we had a volunteer drummer, and it was pretty horrible. So we powered through that for like about, I don't know, a minute and a half. And then we're like, and now we're Haley's Return. Logan, get on the drums. And Logan is an excellent drummer, but he plays everything probably 20 beats per minute faster than everybody else. So it was definitely high energy, even more high energy than normal. And the cops came in after like our second or third song. Is that about right, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I think it was right after Bloom, actually.
yeah, and they're like, shut it down. And we're like,
All right, time to play your
well, yeah, exactly. You know, as soon as the door closed, we're like, all right, let's fucking go. And so we started playing, I don't know, probably Nimrod Sun or something,
Yeah.
and just powered through it. Like less than 30 seconds in, they come back in. I said, shut it down. So that was probably one of my favorite Haley's Return
Felt like
shows.
a legend afterwards.
Yeah, it's pretty
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Uh,
Or
But
fucking
they didn't arrest anybody, so
that-
thank you to the
that-
Missoula Police Department.
that Great Falls show is a pretty
Oh, that was
pretty
an interesting night.
now, where was the Great Falls show at?
Oh, God.
Great
where,
Falls?
Where was it? It was
That
That, like,
the
little-
Back Alley Pub.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was super fun.
Cops came and found us afterwards, and
Yeah, they shut down the after party on that one, but
Some-
it wasn't a big deal. I mean, everyone was chill, so.
I noticed in the beginning when you guys would play, Vince had trouble with his shirt a lot.
You mean keeping it on?
Yeah.
I still have that problem. I mean, at least I don't take my pants off every time like you do.
I think there's somebody else in the room that has that same problem.
If somebody was to like accuse somebody else of being more naked, it would be me accusing Feather of being more naked than me at most shows.
Technically, they're not clothes. I call them my prison restraints.
Yeah, and other people call that their birthday suit.
these worldly bonds.
Cool.
I didn't choose this body. This body chose me, and I'm at war with it.
Yeah, I know several people
That's,
that have the same problem.
That's a mood.
Yeah, I'm glad that you stopped taking your shirts off at shows.
I'm also glad that Feather slowed down at taking his clothes off at shows.
Well, people started screaming it before we played the first note, and I was like, "Oh, this is getting old."
It was a good idea to stop doing it, like at all ages shows.
Yeah.
Maybe don't.
Well, I.
We have a similar story about Vince losing his shirt, but like we made these Haley's Return shirts. We kind of try to throw them out at every show. Like we just spray some bleach on some black shirts,
Call
put our
it a
little
day.
name on it. And then like we each made one for ourselves, and like fucking putting bleach on these shirts like totally destroys them. They just
Well,
become one
if you wash
giant
them right
hole.
away, it doesn't. But
Yeah.
we never do.
We never do, and it's like we just have these shirts that are just full of holes, and like Vince is wearing one at this show.
Oh, that was like in January or something. Last January.
Oh yeah.
And fucking Ian walks up and just like rips it off him.
Yeah, he ripped it all the way off of me, and then got down on his knees and grabbed my balls. And I didn't
wow.
stop playing.
That's respect.
It was the boldest thing anybody's ever done to me. I want to applaud him and thank him.
I had Dustin from Heterophobe, and he was in Goners for a bit too, come up and try and take shirts off of me, but I think I had like 4 on at the time
Oh my god.
because it was also winter, and I was wearing a PCB shirt that was like way too small, and it was like a large, and you know I'm 306, so I mean it wasn't pretty, but like he was trying to do that thing where you take the shirt and you tuck it over the the collar, and yeah, he gave up because I just had too many shirts on.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of camaraderie, I noticed you guys do a lot of work with other bands in town and all the different people that put on shows, Lotus Eaters, whether it's helping run sound, set up festivals, shows. What band or group locally do you enjoy working with the most, or do you feel is doing a lot for Gallatin County music?
Ooh, that's a tough question. There's a lot of individuals and bands out there that are doing tons of work to try to push the community. I mean, all of the promoters, Pat Locken, Robert Stotts, Lotus Eaters, Chris. I mean, all those guys are doing a tremendous amount of work. I mean, I feel like we're not trying to be in competition with any of these guys. We want to make these guys succeed because they're doing such a good job. And I mean, as far as the bands, it's countless. There's so many bands that come together to do everything together. I mean, you got like this Backyard Bash over here, and that's like a compilation of all these local bands that came together and just to play a party for their friends and invite everyone else. I mean, there's they're constantly popping up all over the place. It's too hard to. The October Hotel, I mean, how many people roll through there and play shows a couple times a month sometimes, and like it's just a person's house and a bunch of people's houses, and they just all agreed that it's cool to do that every now and then, as long as it gets shut down by 10 or something. And it's super rad.
And it's beautiful that so many people are willing to continue that going, because when the White House got shut down,
The White House, I loved going to the White House.
Dude,
I
there's
was like,
so many amazing shows. I thought this guy died. And I was like, well, now that that's gone, no one's going to do this anymore. And there's 10 other places doing it. But since we brought it up, why don't you...
why don't you tell the story about that White House?
About that?
All right, so I used to be in this band called SBD. It's my brother-in-law Lauren, myself, Graham, and Dan Haywood, who's in 17 other bands. And it was our last show. I was leaving. I quit. But it, I don't know. I super hammered when I got there, and standing there playing in this odd position, and Dustin's pushing on me with a beer bottle, and the next thing I knew, like, I was laying on the ground, and my knee went out.
What I saw was his entire body go stiff, like when you get tased by the police, and just go straight to the ground. I was like, oh my God, he's been shocked. 'Cause as you remember, nothing was grounded. So the microphones always shocked you. Your instrument could shock you. It's kind of scary to play.
It was the power was a situation for sure.
I thought I just watched my friend die. I was like, oh my God. And then you see the band just kind of pack up and get off stage, and Chris is still on the ground.
I'm just lying there waiting for the fire station to show up, and
sirens in the background. I was like, well, there goes the last show here.
It wasn't too long after that they shut it down anyway, I guess. But
it wasn't the last show there, but it was my last show.
Oh, that's right. It was SPD's last show.
Yeah, it was SPD's last show.
Yep. Seeing places like that was real enjoyable, and it's great to see that all of you guys participate and anything that involves bringing other bands in, bands out of town, or just showcasing bands that are here?
Yeah, we just want to get the word out. I mean, Montana's got some great bands in general, and you know, I've met so many people that are like, you know, Montana has its own sound of music, and they all have their reasons for thinking that, and I can't disagree with any one more than another. But to me, it's just what happens is it's just there's so many people like Aaron who want to play in a band or want to play music, and sometimes they settle for something that they're not really sure about at first, and then it grows into something super strange. I mean, you know, like Bailey has huge Eddie Van Halen influence. I hate Eddie Van Halen. I mean, like I think he's an awesome guitar player, but fucking A, like if I have to hear Volcano one more time, like
Volcano.
that's my point. That's my point. So
I think it's pretty amazing that like people with all these different like inspirations and styles like kind of come together and like do something totally unexpected. Like
I mean, he's got his place.
no, definitely. Again, I'm not shit talking Eddie Van Halen. It's just my opinion and how I feel about it. Same thing with Tool. I like Tool. They're okay, but I don't ever listen to Tool. I'm not a Tool fan.
Blasphemy.
I like their new album so far.
I haven't even. 10,000 Days Later?
It's definitely like different, but I like it. It's good.
No, that's cool.
It's not like Lateralus or like Enema or anything.
Yeah,
but it's cool.
No, they definitely have a super sick style and a
Oh
unique sound, and I fucking love them. But I mean, I don't know if we didn't have such a different conglomeration of what we thought was good music, we never would have made the music we did.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel that that's the way for most bands in Montana, and part of that is because we're so far apart, and you know, you kind of have to take what you can get sometimes. You know, maybe you're just playing with somebody who played bluegrass all their life and decided to join a rock band. Now all of a sudden you got some crazy funky mandolin with metal on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy like how Bozeman's just this huge melting pot of like great musicians. Like it
really is.
insane.
It's awesome.
This town's crazy for everybody that's doing everything right now. It's just like, wow, like super talented people out there.
I think the best part about it is like the community with it that comes with it.
Yeah,
because everybody's into it.
And having people like
Super
Jared
nice.
Palafax and Missoula and
Jared Palafax, huh?
you need Jared Phoenix.
Jared Phoenix. I mixed you guys' names
Yeah,
up.
I mean, I
Vincent
know we got
Phoenix.
married once, but
I even asked if you guys were brothers.
I thought
really
I thought that I
stoned.
took his name, but whatever.
He's like, "Why do you think we're brothers?" I was like, "You guys have the last name." He's like, "I think you're just really stoned, man. We're friends." But yeah, Jared Phoenix, and you know, of course, you got Old School Records up in Kalispell.
Oh, we got Wayne Randall too up there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Kenny Stevler. I don't think he's,
Kenny's great.
he's not
Shout
doing
out
so
to all
much,
those guys.
yeah,
So you
these
knew
days, but
having Kalispell, Whitefish, Missoula, and Bozeman have these tight knit but really open scenes, and everyone wants to work together. So there's a network across the state, because like you said, we're so spaced far apart that
Right.
you feel pretty closed off a lot, and you kind of feel like your scene is really small and inclusive. And I know some people feel like they're being ignored, and others may be hurt by that, but it's just about getting yourself
You have to step out of your box.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to. I moved here. I was like, oh, man, it seems a little cliquish here. But in reality, it was just nobody knew me. And I was just some fucking weirdo who took his shirt off all the time.
Now you're infamous.
You know, yeah, right. I don't know about infamous, but, you know, so you just got to get out. You got to go to shows. You got to, you know, play music. Hit up people on Craigslist, you know. Post a thing out there. You know, back to one of the local bands that like really influenced me and got me to wanting to play bands was this old band out of Kalispell called the Vagina Spiders, and that's one of Timmy Toxic's fucking you know, first bands, and he played with
That band name.
Paul Mosby and who passed, but that's what Rebel Fest is all about, is, you know, try to bring that drinking, driving and awareness out there and stuff. So
Yeah.
but you know, if it wasn't for guys like that were just like rocking the fuck out of it, I mean, punk rock's not dead. It's just in a fucking closet.
I gotta say, like, honestly, like, the Montana scene impresses me, like, because everyone here works really hard to, like, go play their music. Like, this whole state has, like, a third of the people as the city that I live in right now, and it's spread out across this giant state, and everyone will still just, like, drive halfway across this like big ass state just to go play like a show with some people, and like I think that's fucking sweet. Like people are like putting in that much like work to just go like be around each other and like make music with each other.
Yeah, it's just like the whole thing that Jared Phoenix does about Mosh in the Mountains. I mean, you know, he basically spends a bunch of money every year to get all these cool ass bands together just to fucking hang out and drink beers and parties and play music and enjoy each other's music. And the same thing with the Labor Fest. It's you know, that Lotus Eaters is putting on right now, and it hopefully continues every year. You know, 30 bands in 3 days for $15, you can't beat it. I mean, it's fucking unreal. And just to like get to see all these different venues that people normally wouldn't expect to see music at, but there they are, and here all these bands are, and here's this huge crowd of people that all come together just to see what's new in Bozeman, and you know who these new bands are. It's rad.
No one's making money off it. They literally give it all to the bands, you know.
Yeah, it all
the bands
touring bands
on
and
gas. So.
You know, I guess last year they gave a really big portion of it to the union hall or something like that for the union workers.
Nice.
I don't know the full story, but yeah, it's not about these like companies trying to make money on it. It's just about just trying to get the bands out there and let them be heard,
or even donating it to charities.
Yeah, for sure.
There's been plenty of shows in town for any number of reasons that have done that, and small little, you know, one-off festivals where, all right, cool, we're just going to give all the money to suicide awareness or
like
sure.
when
the
Micah
warming shelter.
Like when Micah was sick,
from our
they threw that show and like put all the money to help pay for his medical bills.
And
like that was fucking
and it was
beautiful.
rad.
Like,
Absolutely. And the community did the same for me. I was in the hospital for a week.
Yeah.
When I got out, I had to go to Mayo Clinic and spend another week in the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. And when I got back, I find out that all these people got together and put on a festival just to help me pay medical bills. I couldn't stop crying.
You cry all the time anyways.
Well, I do.
But that's
a lot of you guys
amazing,
didn't really
like,
know me well at the time, and I show up to the filler and there's people out the door. I didn't even know how to respond.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
having a community like that we're all a part of, we all watch out for each other. We all give each other rides home.
Yeah.
We make fun of each other. We still go out to each other's shows.
Yep.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
No, it's
I
super
think
rad.
like part of why we have such a tight knit community is because there are so many musicians, and like musicians just gotta stick together, you know.
Oh yeah.
Because it's fucking hard to be a musician. You pay for like what, like you got $5,000 worth of equipment that you shove into like a $500 car, so you get paid $5.
Well, and then you know, like most of the time, if we're playing
You guys
locally,
are getting paid.
we don't, yeah. Like we're playing a local show where the touring band, you know, all that money goes to the touring bands, and none of the local bands, even the guys that are coming from like Livingston or even further, sometimes they'll drive all the way out just to play a show. You know, they know they're not going to get paid. They know that the money's just going to go to the touring band, or you know, and everyone's cool with that. They're not like, man, you fucking stiffed me last time, I'm not going to play it with you again. It's like, nah, dude, like we were all just trying to help everybody out. So like when we go out on tour to these other towns and we need that gas money, they're going to hook us up too, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're always great in like Kalispell and, you know, Missouri
Yeah,
and everything like that.
everywhere
And
we've ever
even
played.
Livingston sometimes, you know, you get thrown a bone there.
Yeah, people just coming up and saying, "Oh, here's some gas money. I can't buy merch," and we're like, "Oh, well, shit. Here, take a CD. Like, they just
For
having
sure.
a couple bucks just so we could get back home is, to us, it's generous.
Yeah,
Rad.
for sure.
We're appreciative, and I know you guys are doing it just to play as well. I mean, we've driven the Haver just to play for comp drinks, and we told them we didn't care about the money. We slept on a floor of a tattoo shop. You know, we've gone to Kalispell, played, and gone right back home the same night.
Yep.
And went to work literally on an hour and a half, 2 hours max of a nap. Just because we got offered to play a show, and we're like, yeah, it's with our friends, let's do it. And you guys have done the long haul.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think like anyone who's really like in music for the money is like, their fucking priorities are wrong. Like you're not, like even like huge bands at this point are struggling to make money.
Yeah.
Like you can't be expecting to like be making like bank just playing music. You got to do it for like the love of what you're doing, you know?
Oh yeah.
Well, that and like the music industry is just all biased towards people who already have money to advertise their music. They just like pay for it to be on the radio and all these streaming services. So like they have the illusion of popularity, but like I don't know, real people like everybody in this room, I don't think they really listen to much pop radio.
Nah, not really.
I don't think so.
But I think we're gonna.
I don't think I really even listen to the radio.
No, I don't ever.
Yeah, it's like if I have to and I'm falling asleep and need something to try to stay awake, but then it usually makes me start falling asleep anyway.
Are you on to do another song?
Yeah. Let's
Oh heck
do it.
yeah!
This song's, I guess, probably our newest song, but
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Today I found a friend somewhere inside of my head. They say that it's a sin to let you live within my head, but I don't want to see you go into the dark recesses of my soul. They say tomorrow's another day. I say you're here, so why not stay? You're fucking crazy. Am I going insane? Am I losing my brain? Am I wasting my time? What's lost in time? Get out of my head. Why want you dead? Am I losing control? Do I ever know today what bounds, what breaks? Somewhere inside of my head, they say that it's what's in to let you live within my head, but I don't wanna see you go into the dark recesses of my soul. They say tomorrow's another day. I say you're here, so why not stay? You're fucking crazy. Am I going insane? Am I losing my brain? Am I wasting my time? Get out of my mind! Get out of my head! I want you dead! Am I losing control? Do I ever know today what found my friend? Somewhere inside of my head, they say that it's what's food to let you live within my head, but I don't wanna see you go into the dark recesses of my soul. They say tomorrow's another day. I say you're here, so why not spend your fucking time?
Fucking good enough.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's your guys' like your favorite show that you've played?
Favorite show.
Like as Haley's Return, you know, like what's the one show that sticks out in your mind where you're just like,
I really
"Fuck,
like
that. Was good."
I really like the show we played with Being Useful, Liquid Colors, Cannabis.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Honestly, I liked our Hofbrau show a lot, even though
Just
there
like
were,
the last one we played.
Yeah, even though there were only like 3 people there,
Dude, I was
we
like,
still played.
I felt that was our best performance ever.
Yeah, like we did really good, and no one even got to hear it.
No, but the people that did were fucking rocking out, dude.
Yeah, it was sick. Like we got
Yep.
some good applause from like
From everybody that
people
was
who-
there, really.
Yeah.
You know.
It only takes one, really.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was stoked to watch people just rocking out and like fucking getting into it. They're like, yes, this fucking rocks.
Oh yeah.
I got like 2 beers for free that night.
Oh yeah, dude, I think we all got at least 2
I
beers for
didn't-
free
That's
that
awesome.
night.
I didn't get any free beers that night.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No, I gave you one, remember? I know I gave you at least one.
It doesn't count.
No,
you're
you
the band.
didn't.
No, but I
Yeah.
didn't buy it for
Oh
him.
yeah, you did
Yeah.
give me a PBR.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Black. I was too busy playing music.
Oh, sorry,
I
what
was
was that? I
drinking
couldn't
while
hear
playing.
you.
I was too busy playing music. I gotta maybe move this mic. It's so hard to put it in like a good spot when I also have all this drum
Oh,
stuff
I know
on
the
floor.
drums like take up so much space.
Yeah, you
It's
have a giant
big.
kit.
It's fucking rad though. I love the sound of your cymbals.
Yeah, I really like them.
Would- What would you say is your guys' future plans given the distance between the band members at the moment?
We coerce fucking Bailey to moving back here, or we find
Oh.
a replacement drummer.
Yeah, we're also
Both
talking.
of those things are plans.
We're also like I have like enough stuff to record myself now, so we might work on some stuff long distance.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
definitely still planning on recording the album. We got the first step done. We got our scratch tracks down. So, Aaron and I plan on recording our parts here, and then when we get it done, like Bailey was saying, she's got a pretty nice mic set up now in her own little studio there in her house that
Yeah.
she can record her drums over top of what we've already done, basically,
Yeah.
and then we can mix it all together and
And I'm
master it. And
Also gonna shamelessly say that I'm doing a solo project and
what's
I'm
it called?
Right on.
Rainbow Sushi, and I'm about to put out an EP, and everyone should pay me money for it. God damn it.
How do they find you? How do they find you, Bailey?
They can find me on iTunes or Spotify or YouTube. I also have an Instagram that's at @beanie_Bailey. And yeah, check the music out because it is music.
I
It's
got to
rad.
listen to it. It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
It's pretty fun.
It's kind of like surfy reggae. I don't know. It's not
Didn't you
reggae,
put
But
it
it's
out on
got
YouTube?
weird time signatures.
it's
still,
definitely
and
like got a chill vibe. I like it a lot.
it's interesting. I tried to make it just like palatable to everyone.
It's
I
like
didn't want it
yeah.
to alienate people because I like stupid sounds. Like, yeah.
It's good to explore that.
Yeah,
And didn't you
Appreciate it.
like make a video to go along with the E EP?
Oh yeah, there's a video of me climbing up a mountain, but it's very poor quality. But you can find that on my YouTube, and that's the same as my Instagram. And yeah, shameless plug over.
cool.
How about some more shameless plugs? How about the rest of you guys? You want to tell us about your other bands and where we can find your music and listen to it?
Well, Cannabis, I'm the guitarist of. We play a lot of shows here in Bozeman, like all the time. I like to joke that we're like the metal version of the Love Darts. We take every fucking show we possibly can get.
that's true. They're sluts, music sluts.
That's kind of where I'm trying to be.
And
at.
then, if you follow me on Facebook or like Instagram or wherever, like I have a SoundCloud and Bandcamp and a Spotify for my digital music that I also make on the side under Azakela, Azakaela. Yeah. It's like synthwave, video gamey,
It's very
fucking trancey, like fuzzy sounding shit. I call it cyber fuzz.
Aaron makes good music, and go listen to it.
Yeah.
Rad.
Thank you.
Uh,
What about you, Vince? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to see me play any solo stuff, it's probably going to be at the Hofbrau or around a bonfire somewhere. I do a lot of open mic every now and then. I like to think that I enjoy it a lot just because I like the Hofbrau a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
My favorite place to play
Becoming
shows is probably like the filling station. I just love that environment. I love the stage. I love the sound system. It's really rad. Bands, I fucking love all the bands here.
Yeah, but you gotta be plugging yourself here. What about Liquid Colors?
I'm in a couple bands.
Yeah,
Liquid Colors and Haley's Return, and Aaron and I got a side project for Guys Guitar. You can't find us anywhere except for on the Gallatin Underground, so that's where you gotta check it out at. It's not true. Liquid Colors is also on Bandcamp. Back to thanks to like the bands and stuff. The list is long. I'm gonna do my best here. So thank you to the Malt Liquor Shits, Randall Scott Experience, Gonner's Uck, Arkaron Thodol for recently inspiring me in a way that I didn't know Tanner could play guitar. I was like, oh wow, Tanner actually can play guitar. that was like the most mind-blowing part of our Arkaron for me. But you guys should seriously check them out. They're probably one of the best, like, I don't know, black metalish bands in Bozeman for sure. Probably in Montana.
But does their logo
fucking...
Can you read their logo though?
It's actually the most readable black metal logo.
Yeah.
Are they even black metal then?
It's kind of black metalish.
If it doesn't look like a tree branch system.
Yeah,
it's fucking.
Is it like
the
Roots?
cinematics is fucking rad, but
does their logo look like Roots?
I don't know. I don't fucking look at logos. I just fucking listen to the goddamn music.
It looks like an orange.
Love
peel.
Darts, the fucking Permians, As the Crow Flies, 3 Miles to Clyde, fucking Pop Violence, Wind in the Willows, fucking the Hollow Tops. If you guys ever got a chance to see those guys before they moved to Denver, I can't remember their new band right now. There's so many fucking bands that have just been a huge inspiration to me, just that are just so rad. And if I didn't name your band, it's not because I didn't like you. It's I'm Modern Sons and fucking goddamn Timmy and the Tourettes. Like Jesus. Geraldine. Holy fuck, three months old and they just shred all chick band. Fucking love it. It's excellent.
We're almost an all chick band now.
Almost. I don't know.
You're next, Vince.
No, I was born a man. Damn it.
No, your physical appearance was born a man.
You guys
use it.
If all it takes is for me to wear women's clothes every now and then, I can do that. That's no big deal.
We'll get you a really nice like floral dress.
No, I'm gonna go total slow.
You
all the
can
way
like
if I'm gonna
totally
do it.
like get some like
probably
hair
even fake
gel in
stamp
there
tramp.
and like
tramp.
What would your stamp? I can't even say it.
That's awesome.
I'm tongue twisted. Your tramp stamp say.
I would love
What
to
would it
see
say?
Vince
I don't
grow
know.
his bangs out.
yeah.
Oh, my bangs are grown out. I never cut them.
Wow.
It's just like a massive widow's peak, so they're non-existent.
Wow.
Right now he's rocking.
I kind of look like a vampire
really,
if I pull my hair back.
You look like Elvira. Elvira was a trucker.
Yeah, he's rocking a really distasteful mustache.
I love my distasteful mustache. It makes
thought
me,
it was
it's like kind of a cop stash.
I thought it was so funny when I like showed up and it was just like goddamn.
I didn't even recognize you at the show because like I hadn't seen you all week until like we had to play the show. And like I was like, who the fuck is that guy?
No, I showed you his Instagram picture where he was
I
like
thought it was a
doing the
Photoshop. I didn't realize that was actually him.
He looks like Ron Jeremy's secret love child.
I
But with a
think my
tiny
favorite
bit.
one was probably, Tommy had the most like distinct reaction. He's like, holy fuck, jump back like 3 feet. But Dave's reaction was probably my favorite. Hashtag goddamn it, Dave.
Yes.
But seriously, it was fucking awesome. I'm staring at him for probably 30 seconds. And then he's like, oh, Vince. Oh, why do you look like Freddie Mercury? And I took that as a compliment. So that was cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't give a fuck about my face or anything like that.
We'll
That's why I just do stupid shit with
let
it.
us make it. Let us do.
We'll put some
something
makeup on you.
Right.
Trans band.
Well, maybe for a night. I don't know. I'll have to give it a shot.
Speaking of which, I know it's hard in the LGBT plus community here to be out and comfortable. Some of us have left. Some of us have come back. How do you guys and gals feel that you've represented yourself with your own identity being out. I primarily consider you guys a trans band.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But with being open and honest and brave enough to be out in the community and as a band and represent yourself how you feel truly and honestly, do you feel you've inspired others, or you find yourself to become stronger finding a platform such as the band to be openly trans or to be queer?
I think it's really cool to just be able to like get up on a stage. Like, I feel like when I started my transition, I really didn't think about like how's it gonna go playing shows. Like, I just kind of like needed to do it for me, and like I don't know, by the time I was playing shows, I just kind of like, the first show I did like transitioned. I was like, I just kind of put my drums on the stage and got up there, and no one said anything, so I was just like, fuck it, that's cool. Like I don't know, I think it's been like really cool. Like at this point I like make some musical content online and stuff, and like it's really cool to just like be able to be visible and like make music and like know that other trans people can see it and just be like, oh, like she's playing music, so like fuck it, why can't I play music?
Would
Like,
you say the music made it natural? You didn't feel it was inclusive, or that you had to hide it? The music was already there, so you were just you?
yeah, I'm just like, I never really thought about it too much, really. I just kind of wanted to make music, and I was like, well, fuck, I'm a girl now, so like fuck it, why can't I just be a girl making music? Like,
Awesome.
I'd echo a lot of what Bailey would say, and also say that like when I played my first show in a dress, like that was Micah Fest, I was met with an overwhelming amount of support, and like I just love the fucking metal community here. The music community here is just very accepting, which like isn't like entirely the case for like the entire like state of Montana itself, which is like I take a lot of like refuge within like that music community.
for sure.
It helps me feel like I'm not alone and I have allies.
Yeah.
Do you think being on stage was like kind of helped you guys through that a little bit? Because I mean,
yeah,
it's
definitely.
empowering.
Like,
yeah, there's this sense of like invulnerability or invincibility when you're on stage,
Yeah.
kind of a thing. Like it's you're kind of untouchable.
to feel like really comfortable as like who I am like on stage, like was the most liberating experience of my entire life.
Absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
you can just get lost in your music, and like I kind of forget my identity. Like, I'm just thinking drums, and like to have like a crowd give me like a good response and enjoy what I'm doing, like trans stuff aside even, is just like amazing. But then to know that like people are seeing me for like my true self, just doing what I love, like fuck yeah. Like,
Awesome.
Yeah, that's got to be the best feeling.
I guess for myself, I'm not trans, and I'm new to the trans thing, and it was a learning experience, and it's been interesting to go along this ride. And I want to thank Bailey and Aaron both for being patient with me and my ignorance most of the time. Sometimes I have stupid ideas, and they basically like let me know, yeah, you're pretty much wrong, Vince. And they're not the only people that do that. I'm constantly corrected, and I want to thank all my friends who call me out on my bullshit, because
sure.
that's what friends do. They don't watch you do stupid shit and step back and say, man, I'm not going to be friends with you anymore. They say, hey dude, that was fucked up, but I still want to be your friends, but you shouldn't do that shit. And I've felt a lot of support from the community, and in the fact of they're accepting of people's ignorance, and they're able to be patient most of the time, and not be judgmental even though you don't know. And I wanted to thank these lovely ladies here for all of their patience and support with my ignorance. But I agree with them. They shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid to step out of your box and your closet, because I mean, if you are friends with somebody, they're going to be your friends no matter what your choices are about what your identity is, or what God you choose to believe in, or what things or conspiracies you might think are real, they don't have to agree with you to still be your friend.
Yeah,
they are
for
putting
sure.
chemicals in the water. That
But
true.
real
I
friends
mean-
definitely will stick by you, like, despite your decisions, and like a real relationship gets over like shit like that.
Yeah.
I
You
think
can
like,
like educate people in a nice way and like tell them when things are wrong, but like at the same time like know that like you're just trying to like help them out, you know?
For sure.
I think that like what's really interesting about like musicians and like this whole dynamic of being like excusing your ignorance, it really comes from like also this place of like, well, I really love playing music with you. Like we communicate in this way
Yeah, for sure.
very, very well. And like I don't want to lose that.
Yeah,
just
for sure.
because like sometimes you say stupid shit.
Well,
so I'm
I
just
mean,
like, all right, I
it
will teach
goes the world go round, but
yeah. But I mean, I feel like a lot of musicians, like regardless of like LGBT issues, like just like personality differences, like
Well,
they do that whole thing where
I-
they're like, I'm willing to set aside my standards. I'm lowering my standards so we could be musical friends.
Well, I
Because like
actually was scared
musical
to
friendness.
come out to this
Yeah.
band because I got kicked out of a band
Oh,
right when I first
that's
transitioned.
fucking
Yeah, it
fucked
was really dumb. So
yeah.
it's not always like
what band was that? Let's hate them.
I'm not even gonna
No,
say
it's
it.
not
I'm not.
worth
I'm
it.
not
Just kidding.
throwing shade. But yeah, I was like disappointed. It was like we had like finally kind of gotten some songs together, and like they're like, if you want to like dress like that, I will not step on a stage with you. And it's like, what the fuck? Like I'm not doing it like bad. Like I feel like I look kind of cute. Like
And I've got to
What's
say,
wrong with
you know, there's been a lot of shows where I've like heard people ask me like, "Who's that cute drummer that you play with?" And I'm like,
aw.
well, you know, her name's Bailey. Blah blah blah. You should go talk to her. Because I unless you're telling me I'm cute, I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's
You gotta shave that
thing.
mustache first.
What?
No one's gonna
what?
tell you cute.
Oh. Speaking of my mustache,
Your wife was just glaring at you.
Yeah. So speaking of my mustache and my wife, I just want to tell my wife how much I love her and appreciate her patience with
Thank
all
you,
of,
Chelsea, for
uh,
letting us make lots of noise in your living room.
Thank you,
I know we're
Chelsea.
very annoying, and you're very good.
Also, heterophobe is not sorry at all about what we said about your wife.
It's all truth. It's definitely all truth.
I don't know what happened, so I'm just
Listen to
Taking my-
the deleted version of episode 1.
okay.
We'll just leave it at that.
Word.
So I guess we'll probably say play one more song. I guess.
What? We
Well.
just played the last one, didn't we? No, we didn't.
No, we have.
Yeah, we got one more.
Is it Lucy? Can we play
It's
Lucy? as a
cause and
bonus song?
effects. My
If-
poor legs.
Oh yeah, you went hiking up Mount
Yeah,
Sacagawea.
I climbed
Sacagawea.
Sacagawea Peak,
Sacagawea.
and
There's lots of way to pronounce it.
it's like what became the
Like
music
first one.
video kind of thing for my album, but I just took a time lapse. So like, I didn't want the video to have a bunch of stops, so I kind of just walked up it with like 2 stops the entire time, and each were like a minute long. And yeah, my legs don't like me today, but we're gonna try and play this.
Well, I like your footwork and the double bass. You don't
Oh.
make it sound cheesy. You don't apply it as I'm just gonna do a string of double bass.
I
You-
try not to do things just for the sake of being flashy. Like, I want to play for the music and not just be like, let me just like nut out drum fills all over this fucking song. Like,
Did you want
That's
to
kind of what you used to do.
a little bit.
I mean, I think there's been several shout outs. Did you want to give any shout outs before the last song and we wrap everything up? Or
I want to say thanks to my bandmates here. Thanks to you guys.
yeah, very
Thanks
much.
to
Thank you,
the Hofbrau and
Fry family.
Fry
the
family.
filling
We
station,
love you.
Fry family, all my favorite bartenders.
Thanks to all my friends and my family and all the companies who make the shit that I smack. Yeah.
I don't know. I want to thank my son Matthew for being such a badass and rocking so hard at everything that he does. He's the coolest kid we could have asked for. And
Oh.
you know, thanks to all the other supporters and my family and friends who've stood by me through the good and the bad times. Life's not always easy, but friends and family should help you get through it, and I want to thank all of them.
All right. Very strong and beautiful. Why don't you guys go ahead and give it to us right now?
Thank you. We're Haley's Return.
This is the Gallatin Underground. I am Feather.
I'm Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We did it.
Yay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Motorcycle through the days I spent with special body so that all my friends and I was dead. My sister held me closely with my super bleeding head. You are the son of a motherfucker. 1, 2, 3. Well, I stood all night and held a hand in Trotsky. Well, I'll be damned. Let it play, let it go. With my motorcycle beer, I think about the life I've lived. And assholes been asking all the holes where I have lived. I had smoked the bed, just to fade off the sun. You are the son of a Jewish union. 1, 2, 3, now my head is clear, my gas push, my dollar's best, my dollar gold. Let it plenty, let it fun, to fight out of the bloods, son. Oh, baby, all of this, baby. Wow, wow, wow. That joke has come upon me, me.